Kia ora tātou. I'm very humbled and excited to be here. I was quite humbled to be asked to come and talk at this event, and I've taken it as an opportunity to just pause and reflect on my practice as initially a sustainability practitioner, shifting over to regenerative practice. And I'm hoping to inspire. I really like that scene at the start. It's going to start off with a little pepeha. Ko Snowden te monga, ko Waikato te awa, no Tamaki aho, ko Wilson toko whānau, and ko Debbie toko ingoa. Kia ora. So this photo was taken off the deck of our home, which I consciously created as a sustainable, low-toxic environment, because I was very conscious of the fact with my 4 beautiful kids and my mum and my dog and my husband, we didn't want to be exposed to toxic chemicals in the building materials that we live in, and we wanted to be exposed to nature. That's our view that we see every day. Wanted to conserve energy, so we've got solar on the roof, and we're rainwater tanks. And so this essentially reflects the role that I play as a professional role. And why would we not want to do the same for hospitals when we build hospitals? Why would we want to expose people to toxic chemicals day in, day out? You'll realise there's a strong alignment between my kind of personal life and my professional life. And I have the kind of key roles that I play there. I don't know why I'm so nervous, I should relax a little bit. So the key roles that I play there, my husband would be very delighted that I put wife first. I don't normally do that. So what is my professional role and why am I in this role? I'm Principal Sustainability Advisor in my substantive role at Te Whakaora Health New Zealand in the investment and infrastructure team. And essentially I'm in this role because I want to make this place beautiful. We want to live in a beautiful place. We want to be surrounded by nature. We want to be connected to nature. And we want to be connected to one another. It's really important. That's not my time, I hope. No, good. So I care about people and I care about health. As you saw, I was a nurse for many years, and that's once a nurse, always a nurse. But look at the image of that hospital. Very unlike hospitals that you see. You can normally just see car parks and people driving around getting stressed trying to find a car park and then have to be able to afford to park in that car park. So there's a big disconnect here. And that's why I work in policy. And then if you think about climate change and health policy, we all know that the climate is the poster child for global warming, and there's other things happening with biodiversity and ecosystems. But with climate change, we're already seeing those devastating impacts in Aotearoa. We have to adapt, but we also have to mitigate. So bringing down carbon emissions is a really key part of my role. And there's also the social determinants of health. And you know, there was a really famous paper a couple of years ago which termed a phrase called the global syndemic. So it's actually tackling malnutrition, obesity, and climate change in one hit. So that's working at a systems level, which is all about regenerative practice. So yes, we're working on the footprint of health. We've got a big lever. We've got the Carbon Neutral Government Programme. So all across the public sector, we have to be carbon neutral from 2025. That's 3 years away, right? So it's going to involve a heck of a lot of mitigation and then a heck of a lot of offsetting, which is altogether another conversation. But the health service is also evolving because we're now Te Whakaora. We're not 20 district health boards anymore. We're one big happy whānau. And we have the Maori Health Authority as well, which is absolutely amazing. And finally, we've got Māori leading healthcare for Māori, which is what we really need. So how do we rapidly decarbonise? How do we turn the tap off rather than just carrying on? And how can we activate new thinking? This is a challenge. So I'm working with a guru, Jerome, over the last couple of years. He's been helping us. Yes, we need to lessen our footprint, but we also realise we do have to grow our handprint. And we built in some regenerative principles into our design guidance notes, which are being tried and tested. It's been a journey. They've, working with the team, we've kind of tweaked those and made them I suppose, real and manageable. But it's been an absolutely inspiring journey. And you'll recognise this from, I think it's from Regenesis. You know, we want to shift to the healing space. And who's best placed to do that? The healthcare sector. We want to generate health. We don't want to just be the ambulance at the bottom of the cliff all the time. We've got a huge constraint. Let's face it, there's not enough money to go around to treat patients, to build new hospitals. But, you know, we have to acknowledge that, and then we have to think differently. And actually, if we want to prevent illness and disease looking forward, then we need to work differently right now. Okay. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong one. No. Yes, there you go. So I did do the regenerative practitioner training, and I realise I'm going to have to speak very quickly now. And learnings from that, you know, I realised we have to get with the programme. You know, we have to work at those different lines of different levels of training. I need to be myself. I need to be myself first, to be able to look after myself, and then to be able to work with others within my teams, and then they need to be able to work with the bigger system. It sounds very easy, but it's not always the case. And working with people and systems, and purposely co-creating, co-evolving, and we're all together in this. It is we, so it's actually being aligned with the principles. And looking forward to the future, you know, without forgetting the past. You know, I've got children who are, you know, teenagers. I'm going to have grandchildren at some point, I hope. But just thinking about what the world's going to be like for them. So it's always looking ahead and looking to the future. And when you're working on those projects, you're connecting the dots the whole time. And we're not getting caught up in mechanics the whole time. I'm nearly finished. And often as a nurse, this slide came up, and it was because the tip of the iceberg, the problem that you see is only this big, but the big problem's underneath. But actually, reverse it. There's the potential. You see a chink of potential, and there's so much more in there that you need to recognise and tap into. And it's tapping into the Maori, into the life force of people and projects and communities. And who knows what's going to unfold when you do that. Finishing with a whakatoki. Whaia te iti, ka horangi ki te, tūhohu koe mehe, monga teitei. And it is about aiming high and sticking true to what you believe in. And there are going to be obstacles, but be persistent. And I'm here to regenerate the health system, and it's a lofty goal. Kia ora.